And now for something very different. This is the Hispano-Suiza E-30 in Spanish Republican markings from the Spanish Civil War, and this is a full resin kit from Amiga models, and it's a limited series, and it's number 72360. So inside the very sturdy box we've got a well packaged kit here with lots of detail in full resin, very cleverly packaged here, as you might see. So that's all in one bag, but it's been heat sealed between the sections to keep everything separate and stop it getting damaged. So we'll look inside that a little bit later. So starting on the instructions here, what you get from these guys is you do get some reference pictures, which is very handy, and this is one of the Spanish ones in the kit here. Then you've got a small write-up here telling you about the actual model, telling you about the actual aircraft, and then down here you've got some technical data for the aircraft as well, and then also running through on the different colours used as well, and a picture of the parts breakdown, which is numbered, and that corresponds to the small diagram here, which is an exploded diagram showing you how the kit comes together. Now, careful studying this is needed for you to get your head around how the different parts go, what the different numbers are. You can write on the casting blocks what the different numbers are as well, which might help you if you write that in a marker before you cut the parts off. So you need to take your time. This is a bit of a skilled thing to build a kit like this, but it's very rewarding. It's not too difficult practically, it's just getting your head around it. If you're not used to building you haven't got a few kits under your belt, then it's probably not worth starting with one of these. Then on the other side we've got the painting diagrams, which again accompanied by another couple of reference pictures, and it shows you for the decal placement and the colours. We are supplied with a piece of copper wire in the box, which is used on the kit at a particular stage. Then we've got these decals, so you've got two sets there, because it's explained in this write-up here that some of the way the decals are done, there's damage caused. So I can see in here there's a bit of damage across the logos there, so they've supplied you two lots. You've got 9s are okay, and then on this side the logos are okay. And then you've got a coloured set here as well, which is printed quite well in register, but they're very matte. I'm not sure how they're going to perform, but they should be okay. What you don't get is the H2. So you do, but it's actually printed to a block of colour, which is a bit of a pain because you're never going to be able to match that up. It will stand out if you need to use this. I'll be doing the other marking scheme that doesn't have the H2, so I'll just be using the logo down here. Now these decals are not pre-cut, so you need to cut these out, carrier films across the whole sheet. But that's, once you've got your head around how to do that, it's not a problem. And in fact, in many cases, it's quite preferable. And then we've got a clear piece of plastic in there as well for cutting out the windshield. Then, getting into the kit, as I said, it's very well packaged, and not a lot of damage can be caused. This kit came to me from the Czech Republic, so there's no damage at all to report on this. And I've already done a review of one of their kits, so I don't want to go over the top of explaining about looking for air bubbles and stuff, but it goes without saying, resin kit, air bubbles, warping, that's the sort of thing we're looking for. And the wing there has a very nice profile to it, a very nice scooped shape, and it doesn't look as though there's any warping there to me. If you do have a little bit of shape issues, then you just can put the part in hot water and you can then bend it back. So that's looking pretty good. Very good refined rib detail, nice recess ailerons there. That's a very nice piece, as well as the horizontal stabilisers there and the roof of the cockpit. Then let's drop down to the next big parts. So you've got a full fuselage cast in one piece, and then we've got the engine and the cowling, as well as a few other parts. There's an engine cover there. Now this engine is cast quite nicely. A little bit lacking on detail on the cylinder heads, but the rest of it's all pretty good. In fact, it's very good, and you've got some drilled out areas as well here. showing some recessed portions, so that's quite nice. Good little piece. Then we've got the cowling, which is nicely cast as well. No problems there, very, very thin. And these parts, the engine mount cover there as well, is well done. Then we've got the one-piece fuselage, and again, very thin fuselage sidewalls there. Don't know if you can see my knife going down on the inside, but that shows that the light shows through it. There you go. And that shows just how thin it is, so it gives you a very nice scale thickness at the top of the cockpit there for the sidewalls. And no pesky seam lines, you've just got to sand off a bit of the casting process at the bottom here, but no problems from the two parts. As you would with a plastic kit, you'd usually have two halves there mating together. Then on to the next piece. And there's a bit of finer detail in this section. And we've got a few parts. Let's get them all out. Oh. The next parts were jumping out as well. So we've got some very small parts here. I don't know what these parts are for. They might be exhausts or handles or some sort, but whatever they are, they're very finely cast. No issue there at all. Nice to have. Then we've got a piece there that seems to have come off the casting block, I believe. And I'm not sure. I think that's for the top of the wing. For the part in between the top of the wing, I think there's a panel that goes on one of the types. And then here we've got two machine guns and a machine gun mount here for one of the options, which goes on the rear of the fuselage. And then we've got a very, very nicely cast propeller there, extremely thin on the blades, very nice looking, slight bit of warping, very easily fixed just to straighten that out. It's just slightly bent backwards. So everything's looking very good here. And then we've got two parts, which I was going to say are identical, but they're not. They are two different bits. And this has the struts, parts of the undercarriage, another different propeller blade there. Two lovely cast seats. There's actually like corrugated detail on the texture on the inside. Not sure whether that's meant to be there, but if it is, it's very well cast. But it might be part of the casting process. But I'm guessing not, the way it's done, because it's very, very uniform. Looks like it's meant to be there. Then we have the canvas covered wheels and some of the main struts here as well, which is where the wheels join. I believe they go... Oh, I'm not sure how they go. I can't quite see how the struts go together at the minute. But I think that is the mounting point for the wheels, but I might be wrong. It's quite a complicated setup for the struts on this, I think. Oh no, sorry, no. So they're the middle parts of the struts. They're where everything joins together. So that's the bracing point. So the wheels would go on the bottom here. So this will make for a very interesting aircraft. But you're going to need to take your time to put this together, I think. And you've got two control sticks there as well, which are hollowed out with looped ends. And then we've got the fin and the rudder is very, very thin there. Very finely cast, shall I say. The fin is thin. But yeah, it's got a very nice trailing edge there. So again, very impressive. I wasn't expecting this level of detail from this kit. I don't know why, but I was just expecting a bit of lesser quality. But I can report that it is extremely good quality. So if you're in for something different, they certainly by no means do Spanish subjects. I've just picked two Spanish subjects. But the majority of their catalogue online is interwar period and pre-war period and First World War period. So they do some quite nice flying boats. They do some quite a lot of French and Belgian aircraft, I believe. So by all means check them out. I'll leave a link in the description below, which will take you to their website, take you to a blog post where I've described everything about the ordering process and all the rest of it. So there's a lot more details there. So if you like what you see in this video, give the video a like, leave a comment down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.